I have here the 3 most popular varieties of coconuts that people eat, and I'm going to tell you the advantages and disadvantages of each, as well as everything you need to know. Now, this is known as a mature coconut. We also have a young Thai coconut and a Caribbean style coconut that's grown organically right here in the US. Now, you can get these at most cultural markets or health food stores or supermarkets, and these I'll include a link in the blog where you can have them shipped to you directly from an organic farm in the US. Now, when given the choice, I always prefer to go with a young coconut to eat or drink because they have a higher nutritional value, and it's also a lot easier to get to the meat as well as the water. Now, the mature ones have a lot more meat in them, even though it's more difficult to get at. I'm going to show you in parts 2 and 3 how to open all of these, get the meat out, and make a great coconut milk with this using a blender. Now, these young Thai coconuts start out similar to these green ones, but when shipping here from Thailand, what they do is cut off the outer edge, which is similar to taking off the skin of an apple. The problem with that is it begins to oxidize, grow bacteria, and lose a lot of the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that are in the coconut. In order to fight this oxidation, what they do is dip this in water with formaldehyde and then whitening agents. That's why a lot of times these say organically grown and not just organic. Now, from my research, what I found is that if these are cut like this and they're from Thailand, that they've most probably been dipped 3 times for under 5 minutes in different chemicals and whitening agents. Now, the research is mixed upon whether or not it seeps through there. Now, my feeling is I'm certainly not happy about that, and in part 2 I show you how I cut around the top and leave the plastic on there because I don't want to get that on my hands if it is on there, but I don't think that it's seeping into the water. And the reason I say that is because if it seeped into the innermost part, which is called the nut, then this coconut would be also seeping out coconut water, and this would be leaking, so it would be wet. The other thing is that I found one site that dipped this in black dye for 3 hours, and then they cut it open. There was no black dye in the water, but they show a cross section of the nut that it did not penetrate. Now, of course, some could get in there, but I get these from a large supermarket chain, and the produce guy swears to me that he knows what I'm talking about. These ones were not dipped, and they actually do say organic on them. So either way, I have confidence in that, and then that it's not getting in the nut. Now, for all these reasons, that's why these green Caribbean ones are my favorite. They're very similar in nutritional value and taste to the young Thai coconuts. The only problem with these is unless you live in the Caribbean or Thailand, they're very difficult to get green like this because just like all fresh fruit, they go bad within a week or 2. And they'll turn brown like this one, which is almost as good, just a little bit less nutritional value, just like any old fruit. Now, the good thing about these is I have a great place, an organic farm in the US, that will ship these directly to you, along with a tool for very easily opening them, which I'll show you in part 2. Now, with all this, you might just ask, why not buy a bottle of coconut water? Now, this is something I almost never do, and the reason why is because most bottled coconut water is actually pasteurized. And in the process, that burns away a lot of the nutritional value and the enzymes. You also don't know whether or not they're using mature coconuts or young ones. So you might not know the nutritional value to start with. And finally, these companies add a lot of other ingredients like sugar and other sweeteners, as well as carrageenan, which is terrible for your digestion. And I found out some of these companies don't even have to label that on there. But coconut water and coconut milk has become popular because it has so many benefits. This has been shown to help with weight loss, reducing cellulite, and helping to prevent premature aging. They're helpful with lowering blood pressure and cholesterol, boosting energy and athletic performance, relaxing muscle tension. The water is great for your skin, either put on topically as well as when you drink it. It helps with acid reflux. It replaces electrolytes and is good for headaches and with a hangover. It's also been shown as an anti-inflammatory and can reduce plaque formation in arteries to help lower chances of heart attack or strokes. And since this is very low allergic, I highly recommend it. Now, you can use the milk as a dairy replacement for coffee or in curries or cereal, and I also make milk kefir with it, and you can see my video on that. Now, if you're going to buy this in a bottle, be sure and get organic and cold pressed with no added ingredients or pasteurized. and you'll usually find that in the refrigerated section. If you're getting it from concentrate or with added sweeteners or even fruit juices in it, you're losing a lot of the nutritional value. And for this reason, I don't like almost all the ones that I see in the supermarket, particularly not refrigerated. I'll include a link for the coconut waters and milks that I like in the blog associated with this video. And if you're getting coconut milk, try not to get it in a can. And if you do, look for ones that are BPA free. So in part 2, I show you the easiest way to open all 3 of these and how to make a great coconut milk and coconut chips as well. So be sure and subscribe for more videos on health and wellness, and let me know any other questions you have below in the comments. Good luck with this. Yeah.
Because the almond milk tastes like water.